Okay, we are back, part three. It's been a day for me. Just reviewing where we are. The Franciscans just visited, built 2 missions, wiped out some of my population, screwed my plans on defending this raid, which sticks me with these ceremony cards. We're doing pretty good in terms of score. I think I'm ready to just jump back in and get going. Let's see. I have Wisdom of the Ancient Ones, which is a planning. I have Cunning. I'm allowed to skip. And I have Masters of the Mesa. Okay, so I can preempt for 2. I am out of APs. So the enemy is going to get 3 AP. And Pueblo Revolt is gone. So they're going to get 6 AP on top of the 7 that they saved. So we have a total of 13 AP. I noticed this piece is going to hopefully help out, actually. Usually peace is a bad thing. We're going to get some firearms, and we already have firearms, so that's bad luck because there's not a second token, and we're going to suffer drought. So let's see if anything flips or swaps. 1 and 2 are going to flip. That's helpful. We got a big subvert, which is nice. And a baby raid. Okay. This is actually okay. So we're going to subvert for 6. Subvert raid peace. We might skip this subvert. What subvert will do is if this is not subjugated, then it would be a subjugation action. If all 3 cubes are here, then for every mission on the board, I lose a culture. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to pause and do a couple things. I'm going to double check subvert, and I'm going to double check peace because I might want this to occur. So basically what I'm doing is I know that I can with this cunning, I know that I can choose to skip one, and I want to make sure that I know what each one is before making that choice. And normally I would just do this as I play, but on video I want it to be a little smoother. So I'll be right back. Okay, I was correct on the subvert. I'm going to skip it. Even though I can spend 6 AP, essentially, and it would only cost me 2 culture. When this piece occurs, the enemy's going to lose all of the remaining AP that it has. So this big buildup is actually, this is good timing. So we're going to use our cunning to skip subvert. So essentially we tap this. I didn't make sure that this is the one either. Player may exhaust this card in order to skip an operation. Slides to the right, no APs are spent. Enemy continues to spend them. Okay, and so then the next thing that they're going to do is they're going to spend 3 AP on a raid. And so the way this works is the 3 APs they spend get flipped over onto the enemy raid side. And then they get a bonus number of tokens equal to the total of the family's, I forget the name of it already. It's not rage, it's ferocity. And all my families are at 0 ferocity, so there will be no added enemy raid tokens. And the flowchart's pretty complicated, but it's really pretty simple. So what happens is I take a raid token and I place it in the next available spot along the string. If I have AP, I can spend 1. Each family can then, or a family can do a reaction, but most reactions cost an AP. I do not have any AP, so I won't do any reactions other than evade. The only where this one can go is here. And then now we have a choice for the enemy to go. So they look at the nearest family. This one is 3 movement points away. This one is 3 movement points away. And since it's a tie, then the enemy will go in alphabetical priority, in which case they will meet this enemy here, which is good, because if they don't meet anyone along the track, they get to conduct a build action. So I'm glad that I was at least encountered on this raid. And so what I can do is I can choose to evade, which I would roll a die, and I would add my evasion modifier, this. And if that resulted in a 4, a 5, or a 6 with the +2, then my family could move deeper into Shiprock. If it was a natural 6 or a modified 7 or above, I could choose to go into Canyon de Chelly. If I roll a 1, then it's an automatic fail. In this case, if I would have rolled a 2, my family would successfully evade. I think because I have these cards and these firearms, and knowing that firearms are coming, I'm gonna go ahead and stand my ground and fight these off. So a battle will ensue, and what I will do, actually before I choose all my stuff, I would roll a die, and to that die, I could add a couple things. I could, if I have horses, and I do, and if I didn't, at this point, I could take these horses into the resources, into the family box. Horses is +1, firearms is +2. I could choose to roll a 5. Well, I'm going to, so I will have a roll of 8, and the enemy would then roll, and the enemy gets to add on its ferocity, so they have a 4. What I don't know is if I want to give them a 7 or a 6. This is the worst of the ceremony cards, so I think I'm going to give the enemy a 6 without rolling. So I am +2 on this battle that we had without rolling. So then I have to consult a chart, which I don't have memorized. And this battle occurs in Area 3, and we are +2, so we have achieved a family victory. And what that does is the family's ferocity is going to go up, enemy morale is going to go down 1, and their ferocity is going to go up. So morale is going to go down 1, ferocity is going to go up. So next time we have a battle, they're going to be a bit more fierce, and they're going to add 5 to their die roll. And I think that's all. And then family goes in the escape box. Okay, so I take my family and I put them in the escape box, and the raid would continue, and it would continue by going this direction, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away, but we're out of counters. So now what I do is I just read the top of the flow chart. I don't have it in front of me, so I might be saying some wrong things, but in essence, for every family in the caught box, the enemy is going to gain a morale. If no families are in the escape box or caught box, or if no family ever, that's not true. If no family was ever encountered, then they get to do a build action. If there's a raid token in a territory where there's not a family member, they would get a build action there. That's not the case here, because this counts as a family in the territory. They're just hiding in the bushes. So essentially what happens is, because no family is in a caught box, then the enemy is going to lose morale. These are all removed, and the family can be placed anywhere that I want it to be placed at any ferocity. So the ferocity goes up 1. I will return the family with ferocity 0, and we're going to put it here because we're going to plan on raiding that mission. I'm 90% sure that that's correct. I am going to pause. I'm going to go through that and make sure that I did it right. And I'm also going to pre-read peace, because I know in the next action I'm going to spend all 6 on peace, and this is going to go here. It's not going to last very long because I'm going to raid this mission, but I think what happens then is all of these go away. So just to be careful, we are removing 4 in case I'm making a mistake. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to review some of these rules, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got everything right, except for this peace encounter goes here. And all the NMP AP goes, all of my AP goes, all ferocities are set to 0, so we are at peace. The family is back here. We're going to end the piece really quick, and this is really going to be to our advantage. This does not reset yet because it immediately ends. Oh, I spent these. Okay, so it is my turn, and we're gonna immediately end the piece, so you don't get to see how that works. It's actually not very helpful. Piece is tough because they get to pull off a bunch of builds. I think. Yeah, they get to pull off a bunch of builds, and they're cheap. So we want to end the piece as quick as we can. So it's my turn. I am going to do a family action. So I get 3, there's 0 versus 3 plus 1. So 4 of my families get to do actions. And so what we're going to do is family A here is a full family. We have everyone accounted for, so we're going to get 6 movement points. And since we're already at the mission, we're immediately going to raid this mission. And we do that by drawing a cube. And this is going to end the piece. So we're going to draw a cube. We're looking for 2 hits on this outpost. And a white is 1 hit. And this is hard with one hand. A white is 1 hit. So we have achieved our 2 hits on this outpost. This piece immediately ends. It goes to the topmost available spot in the inactive column. All of these APs go into the available box. So those are not gone, but the other ones are. Okay, so this outpost is gone. Family Frosty goes up 1, and Culture goes up 1. Okay, so that they got 5 movement points left. So we're gonna go. We have horses. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and I know that I'm kind of safe up here because scoring just happened and it was early. So it's gonna be a little while. What I am taking a risk of is a raid coming in, and we know that one's coming, and not running into anybody. But if I'm here, it'll be 1, 2, 3. Well, no, that's not true. I'm doing this to save a corn, assuming that I get this in 1 try. I will still have a movement point left. I didn't mark this. We need to mark this. So I started to raid I used 1, used 2, 3, 4, 5 to raid, 6 to move back, assuming I get it in 1 shot. We're going to go for it. So I'll have 1 left after I conduct this raid. So we're going to raid again, and a black would be nice. And there's a white. There's only 3 whites in there. And there's a yellow. So we have pulled off this. And then we're going to move 6. Frosty's going to go up another 1. And we're here. And Culture's going to go up 1. So Culture can go to 10. So we flip it over and it says Culture's plus 10. Okay, awesome. So that was Family A. Family B. Masters of the Mesa gives me +1 in planting corn. I think we'll plant some. No, we're not going to plant some corn. We're going to try to get some APs because we know that a little baby raid is coming and we don't have any. So we're gonna go ahead and plant, or not plant corn. We're gonna have a powwow. Have a powwow cost all of your APs, and you roll a die, and you want to equal or roll greater than the area that you're in. So Family B is powwowing at a 3 and they fail. Family C, or no, that was Family D. Okay, we went out of order. Family B is powwowing at a 2. And we got it. So that is an AP. Sorry for moving my phone everywhere. We'll try to not to do that anymore. And family, this one is powwowing, also added 2. So we're going to roll. And we got it. So we get another AP. So we got 2 AP. And that is the end of family operations. Everyone went. It's the end of operations, so we go into a major event. We get the firearm back. That's why we spent it. And then we're going to suffer drought, I believe. Yeah, so let's suffer some drought, and then I'm going to pause. Okay. So territory 1 is Shiprock is going to take some drought. And that is the conclusion of this card. That was a pretty heavy turn because they had a lot of APs to spend. And the beautiful thing about it is they didn't get much done because we used cunning on this. There was a baby raid for 3 and 6, and then they wasted a lot. And what we got coming, unless something changes, none of these are too bad, and they're going to get actually -1. And we might be able to preempt if it's low enough. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to clean this up. I got family boxes and crap that I usually play a little bit cleaner. So I'll be back.